Hey guys, let's talk about mentorship real quick. We've got some groups that are going to be starting soon, and we've got a lot of leaders that are doing calls. We're bringing in a lot of new people, and I want to share something from my own experience that kind of works towards this topic. When I reached out a while back, a couple of years ago, I guess, to my mentor and now my friend Monica. In our upline, I was like, the reason I did that was because she was where I wanted to be, right? She was doing things that I wanted to do in my life. She was traveling, she was doing all these great things, and she lived in a place that she, really had always wanted to live. She was living her dream, right? She was designing her life, and I wanted that. And so I reached out to her, and I was like, look, what can I do? She had the things that I wanted. And she was gracious enough to spend some time with me and to talk to me on the phone, set it up weekly to where she's going to talk to me every week. And on the first phone call, she was like, okay, let's talk about your goals. What do you want to do? And we talked about that, and she goes, okay, one of the things that I want you to do, I want you to go to this vision class, this goal-setting class. And so I was like, okay, and we talked about it, and it was like, $500, and it was not in Dallas. There was one in Vegas, and there was one in Denver, and a couple other places. But one day they were going to come to Dallas, and so I was like, well, that's awesome, and I want to do that. I do want to do that, but I don't have enough time at work. I don't have any vacation time, and I've just been traveling a lot, and I don't know if I can afford it, but, right? And she was gracious, and she was like, okay, well, when you get a chance. And I hung up the phone, and I was like, what the heck, man? I reached out to this lady because she's doing what I want to do, because she's living the life that I want to live. And one of the first things that she told me to do to make that happen, all I could think of was why I can't do it. All I could think of was excuses why I couldn't go to that class. And, for me, I was like, that's not going to work. I wouldn't want to be treated that way as a mentor. And I'm not going to do that to her. And you know what? I made a couple of calls, honestly. I made some calls to them, and I was like, hey, what would it take to bring you guys to Dallas? How many people would I have to bring? And that wasn't going to happen. So I was like, okay. And so I registered for it. I paid for it, and I didn't know how I was going to get there. I didn't know, how I was going to get the vacation time, but I knew I had, 2 or 3 months to figure it out. And I went, and, I don't think it's a stretch to say that decision is one of many decisions that put me where I am today. I'm not living on the beach in Santa Monica or in Coronado like Monica is, but that's not really what I want. But I am designing my life now, right? I am living the life that I want to live. And I've got bigger dreams, and those are going to happen. Believe me, they're going to happen. But this is a marathon, not a race, right? Or not a sprint. But I listened to her, and I did what she told me to do. You guys who are coaches, when somebody comes to you and they say, hey, I want to get in shape, I want to do, whatever, and you hit them with, all right, you should do P90X Insanity. And everything that they do is they hit you with why they can't do that, why that wouldn't work for them. Think about that when you're talking to your mentors and when you get in one of these groups and they set out these boundaries about this is what they're going to do. Look at the people who are making those suggestions to you. And are they in a spot where you want to be? And if they are, then do it. It's pretty simple.